Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, getting back to Legacies. We'll be talking about the mid-season premiere, Season 1, Episode 8. Maybe I should start from the end. And yes, Legacies is back, so thus I am back. Just did a video yesterday, QMR. My videos have been a bit spotty lately. It's just been a lot of overwhelming aspects with work, just different things like that, but I am trying to get back to doing videos a little more regularly, and that starts here, really, with Legacies, which I reviewed every episode of so far. I've tried to review Riverdale as often as I can too, but that's kind of fallen on the wayside a bit. But Legacies I definitely wanted to stick to, because I know there's at least a couple of you that enjoy the videos I do on it, my little rambles in front of the webcam here. So I did want to stick to it, and I have really enjoyed Legacies this season, like increasingly so with almost every episode, and especially with that Mombi Dearest episode, and then also episode 7 where we got into the Necromancer's world and the whole tie with Hope and Klaus and all the dialogue and the connection that came with that. Klaus watching over her, that just really got me and tugged on my heartstrings. Intent. I also hope to be attending the last Vampire Diaries Originals convention in Chicago this June. But anyway, we can talk about that some other time. So yeah, and just the show on its own, even without the Klaus ties, I've been enjoying more. I think Danielle Rose Russell is really growing into her role. I think she's doing better and better with every sort of big scene in the show. And I enjoyed this. We have Hope and Lark searching for Landon, after him setting off the, the device in the last episode. And they eventually track him down, but, they sort of, interweave the timeline of it, which is fine. And we see that he actually finds his mother. And I was pleasantly surprised by who is playing with his mother. I don't have the actress's name up right now, but she played Vanessa, sort of Kingpin's wife, or love interest in the Netflix Daredevil series, and I always thought she was very good on that. So it was good to see her pop up there. And again, she's a really good actress, so I feel like she brought even more legitimacy to the show being in this episode. Unfortunately, she gives herself over to that darkness again, into that pit, sort of sacrificing herself while acting like she was kind of pushing the whole aspect of Landon away, which sort of made sense too from a realistic perspective. But so she probably cared more about what she had left than she had maybe let on. But I like some of her and Alaric scenes, so I kind of hope that we see her pop up again somehow. Although if she does, it might not be a good thing. And we also have this younger guy who is likely a part of the organization that she's been running from. We find out about them. And these dark, almost like Stranger Things like creatures, that with the pit and everything, came off very much like Stranger Things, which, I don't know, Stranger Things is pretty popular, so a lot of shows and movies are sort of going off of that right now. And the whole Fishman thing, almost Creature from the Black Lagoon style. It's not the worst. I did like the dark creatures up here at the house around Landon and everything. I think that could kind of fit within this world. But I hope they stick to darker types of creatures or lore like this, instead of the more goofier types of things. If they do that, then I think I'll be okay. But I just don't want them to branch out too much, make it too much of just a straight up fantasy Harry Potter type show. I don't know. But for now we're good, and we sort of have Hope and Landon reconnecting, which is fine because, like I said, I do really like Hope. I don't necessarily think the guy who plays Landon does a bad job. I just find the character sort of bland, and I don't really buy that this is the relationship we're supposed to invest all our time into, even though the show is about more than that. But still, I even find the whole Hosey idea more appealing, honestly, more interesting. There's something about these two, it doesn't really work for me. I mean, I can smirk, I kind of like it sometimes, but it doesn't really match the power of Damon and Elena, Stefan and Elena, or Klaus and Camille, Elijah and Haley, Klaus and Haley. It just doesn't feel like it's one of those things. Something's just not clicking. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It felt like we were almost watching a slightly different show. It's good that it can branch out again as long as it doesn't go too far off the board. A little bit of humor also when she had left the necklace or bracelet thing or whatever, and an elderly couple's home, and Hope just like bursts down the door, and it was pretty good how Matt Davis played off of that as well. So overall, I thought this was a pretty good mid-season premiere. Not amazing, but I did really like the addition, or brief addition of the actress from Daredevil. I thought she did very good, and I'm eager to see where the rest of it's going to go. I mean, we have 8 more episodes. There are 16 episodes this season, I believe. It was extended quite a few months ago. So yeah, if I had to rate this episode, I'd give it about an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. And also, as mentioned, that Josie and Lizzie are actually with Caroline right now, but we don't see her, so... But yeah, I never cared for Caroline overly much anyway, but I know that probably frustrates some people. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.